How much money has been allocated for the Jal Jeevan Mission in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option B, 67,670 crore. What is the total estimated expenditure of the central government in the Central Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 53,47,315 crore. Which Albase tool was announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 to enhance farm productivity and provide advisory support to farmers? Right option B, India expansion. According to the announcement made by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, when will the new Income Tax Act 2025 come into effect? Right option B, 1st April 2026. What is the fiscal deficit target set for FY27 in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option A, 4.3%. How much budget has been allocated for the Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Employment and Livelihood Mission Rural in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option D, 95,692.31 crore rupees. How much total amount, including pension, has been allocated to the Ministry of Defence in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 7,84,678.28 crore rupees. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, with which broader program mission has the Mahatma Gandhi Gram Swaraj Yojana been integrated? Right option A, Samarth 2.0 mission. How many new waterways are planned to be built in the next 5 years as per Budget 2026 to 27? Right option C, 20. Which mission was announced in Budget 2026 to make India a global superpower in pharmaceuticals and biotechnology? Right option C, Biopharma Shakti Mission. Which new initiative has been announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 to promote the products of rural women entrepreneurs? Right option C, She-Marts. Which city in Gujarat will be connected to Dankuni by new dedicated freight corridor announced in the 2026 to 27 budget? Right option B, Surat. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the budgetary allocation provided for the second phase of the India Semiconductor Mission for the financial year 2026 to 27? Right option A, 1,000 crore. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many university townships has the central government proposed to establish near industrial corridors? Correct option C, 5. Which nationwide initiative has Union Minister Mansukh Mandviya launched to provide young people with a better understanding of the Union Budget 2026? Right option B, My India Budget Quest 2026. As per the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which is the largest source of income for the government, accounting for 24% of the total receipts? Right option C, Loans and borrowings. Which item has the highest allocation of funds in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option D, State's share of taxes. Which neighboring country is slated to receive the largest amount of aid in the central budget for 2026 to 27? Right option B, Bhutan. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what percentage of central taxes has been approved as the state's share, as recommended by the 16th Finance Commission? Correct option C, 41. How many new high-speed corridors are planned for development as per the Budget 2026 to 27? Right option A, 7. How much amount has been allocated in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 as 16th Finance Commission grants? Right option B, 1.4 lakh rupees crore. Which scheme has been announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 to reduce dependence on China for logistics? Right option B, Container Manufacturing Plan. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the total investment limit under the Portfolio Investment Scheme for non-resident Indians has been increased from 10% to what percentage? Right option C, 24%. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many professionals is the AVGC, animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics sector projected to require by 2030? Correct option C, 2.0 million. The government has proposed to set up AVGC content creator labs in how many schools and colleges across India? Right option B, 15,000 schools and 500 colleges. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which scheme was announced to make India self-reliant in the field of fiber, wool, jute, and other fibers? Right option D, National Fiber Scheme. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which scheme was announced to modernize traditional textile clusters? Right option B, Textile Expansion and Employment Scheme. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, under which integrated national program will the existing schemes for handlooms and handicrafts be subsumed and strengthened? Right option A, National Handloom and Handicrafts Program. The decision to merge the railway budget with the general budget was taken based on the recommendations of which committee? Right option B, Bibek Debroy Committee. Which initiative was announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 to promote globally competitive and environmentally sustainable textile and apparel manufacturing? Right option B, Textile Initiative. Which program was announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 for the modernization of the textile skills ecosystem through collaboration between industry and academic institutions? Correct option C, Samarth 2.0. Which initiative has been announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 to strengthen khadi, handloom, and handicrafts and connect them with the global market? Right option A, Mahatma Gandhi Gram Swaraj Initiative. According to Budget 2026 to 27, what is the allocated amount for the newly introduced SME Growth Fund to create champion SMEs? Correct option C, 10,000 crore rupees. How much additional top-up amount has been proposed for the Self-Reliant India Shri Fund in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option B, 4,000 crore rupees. How much budget has been allocated for the Khelo India mission for the next 10 years in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option A, 1,000 crore rupees. What is the total amount allocated to the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 4,479.88 crore rupees. How many cluster-based plug-and-play chemical parks have been announced to be developed in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 3. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how much amount has been allocated to states as 50-year interest-free loans under the SASSI scheme? Right option D, 2.0 trillion rupees. How much record budgetary allocation has been announced for Indian Railways in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option D, 293,030 crore. Under the Purvodaya initiative of the Union Budget 2026 to 27, in which states is it proposed to establish a special rare earth corridor? Right option D, all of the above: Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. What is the total budget allocated to the agriculture sector for the financial year 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 1,40,528.78 crore rupees. How much funding has been allocated for the PM Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme in the 2026 to 27 budget? Right option A, 65,000 crore rupees. What is the total estimated expenditure allocated to the education sector in Union Budget 2026? Right option C, 1.39 lakh rupees crore. What is the total capital expenditure (CAPEX) outlay announced for FY 2026 to 27? Right option B, 12.2 lakh rupees crore. The Union Budget 2026 to 27 is inspired by how many primary duties? Right option B, 3. What 3 duties are mentioned in the 2026 to 27 budget? Right option D. All of the above, accelerating economic growth, together with everyone development for all, and fulfilling the aspirations of the people. Which new freight corridor was announced for West Bengal in the 2026 to 27 budget? Right option B. Dankuni Freight Corridor. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the government has announced the setting up of a new urea plant with an annual production capacity of 12.7 lakh metric tons in which state? Correct option C, Assam. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the TCS rate for foreign travel and medical education expenses has been reduced to what percentage? Right option A, 2%. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the limit for duty-free import of inputs for seafood exports has been increased from 1% to what percentage? Right option B, 3%. What is the name of the high-powered standing committee proposed for the service sector in Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, Education to Employment and Entrepreneurship. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which areas in Odisha will be connected to Paradeep and Dhamra ports through the development of National Waterway 5? Right option B, Talcher, Angul and Kalingnagar. What is the target set in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 for India's share in global service exports by 2047? Right option D, 10%. How much budget has been allocated for carbon capture, utilization and storage (CCUS) technologies in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 20,000 crore rupees. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many new All India Institutes of Ayurveda will be established on the lines of AIIMS? Right option A, 3. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many new National Institutes of Pharmaceutical Education and Research will be established? Right option D, 3. How much budget has been allocated for the development of the biopharma sector in Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C, 10,000 crore rupees. In the 2026 to 27 budget, until which year have foreign companies providing cloud services globally from data centers located in India been granted tax exemptions? Right option D, 2047. Who has become the first woman finance minister to present the budget for 9 consecutive terms? Right option A, Nirmala Sitharaman. Which 2 locations will the new dedicated freight corridor announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27 connect? Right option B, Dankuni to Surat. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how much allocation will be made over 5 years for the development of city economic regions? Right option C, 5,000 crore rupees. Under the first duty of the Union Budget 2026 to 27, in how many key sectors has the government proposed targeted interventions to accelerate economic growth? Right option D, 6. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the restructuring of which 2 entities has been proposed to bring broad expansion and efficiency in public sector non-banking financial companies? Right option B, PFC and REC. As per the Union Budget 2026 to 27 proposals, the securities transaction tax on futures has been increased from 0.02% to what percentage? Right option B, 0.05%. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27 proposals, from 1st April 2026, the income from share buybacks will be taxable for shareholders as? Correct option C, capital gains. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the customs duty on all imported goods for personal use has been reduced from 20% to what percentage? Right option B, 10%. The Union Budget 2026 to 27 proposes to extend the basic customs duty exemption on the import of capital goods used in the manufacturing of which products? Right option A. Lithium-ion cells and battery energy storage systems. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, the basic customs duty has been fully waived on how many key life-saving cancer drugs? Right option A. 17 medicines. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what facility will be built in each district to provide support to female students in higher education and STEM institutions? Right option D. A girls' hostel. As per the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the proposed new rate of securities transaction tax on the exercise of options? Right option C. 0.15%. Under the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the target set to increase the share of inland waterways and coastal shipping by the year 2047? Correct option A. 12%. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the estimated central government debt to GDP ratio for the financial year 2026 to 27? Right option B. 55.6%. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which existing body is proposed to be upgraded to the National Institute of Hospitality to boost the tourism and hospitality sector? Correct option D. National Council for Hotel Management and Catering Technology. In which region of India will the new National Institute of Design be established as announced in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option B. Eastern region. Under the Pratham Kartavya, Infrastructure Impetus, pillar of the Union Budget 2026, at which two key locations will the ship repair ecosystem for inland waterways be established? Correct option C. Varanasi and Patna. Under the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which fund will the central government establish to mitigate risks during the construction phase and boost the confidence of private developers? Right option B. Infrastructure Risk Guarantee Fund. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the increased financial allocation for the Electronics Component Manufacturing Scheme? Correct option C. 40,000 crore rupees. Under the Biopharma Shakti scheme of the Union Budget 2026 to 27, a network of more than how many accredited clinical trial sites will be established? Right option A. 1,000. The money bill is defined in which article of the Constitution of India? Right option B. Article 110. With reference to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, where was it prepared for the first time? Inspired by the spirit of Kartavya? Right option D. Kartavya Bhavan. The annual financial statement, which is presented as a part of budget, is covered under which article of the Constitution of India? Correct option C. Article 112. How many major archaeological sites in India are proposed to be developed as vibrant and experiential cultural sites in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Right option D. 15. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many reservoirs and Amrit Sarovars are proposed to be brought under the ambit of integrated development? Right option B. 500. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which institution is proposed to be established in North India to strengthen mental health and trauma care? Right option A. National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences NIMHANS 2. How much funding is proposed to be allocated over 5 years for the development of each city economic region under the challenge mode in the Union Budget 2026 to 27? Correct option C. 5,000 crore. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which new scheme has been launched to provide customized training to persons with disabilities in the IT, AVGC, and hospitality sectors? Right option A. Scheme for Persons with Disabilities. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, What is the proposed incentive amount for a single municipal bond issuance of more than 1000 crore by large cities? Right option D. 100 crore rupees. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which states did Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announce would have mountain trails, turtle trails, and birdwatching trails developed? Right option D. All of the above: Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, which city will host the first Global Big Cat Summit 2026 to be held in India? Right option B. New Delhi. In the Union Budget 2026 to 27, what is the size of the dedicated SME Growth Fund announced to provide equity support for creating future MSME champions? Right option D. 10,000 crore rupees. According to the Union Budget 2026 to 27, how many regional medical hubs are proposed to be established with private sector participation to promote medical tourism? Right option B. 5. In which House of Parliament is the budget introduced first? Right option B. Lok Sabha. In which year were the Union Budget and Railway Budget of India merged? Right option A. 2016. When was the Economic Survey separated from the Indian Union Budget? Right option B. 1964. In independent India, which year's budget was the first budget to be presented as a paperless budget? Right option A. 2021 to 22. On which date is the annual budget of the central government presented in India? Right option B. The first day of February. Within how many days of its introduction must the finance bill be passed by Parliament? Correct option C. 75 days. Which leader holds the record of presenting the budget the most number of times? Right option A. Morarji Desai. According to the Federal Budget 2025 to 26, up to what income limit was no tax applicable under the new tax regime? Right option B. 12 lakh. Who is known as the father of Indian budget system? Right option B. James Wilson.